It's the middle of the night. Couple of things. Today, the Southport killer was jailed for 52 years. So therefore, Lucy Letby is officially more evil than the Southport killer, because Lucy got more than that. I've been losing myself in the... I've been Thirlwalling. I've created a new verb. Let's take a look at it, these. Baby A mechanism, they said, was air embolus. Baby C, air. Baby D, all murder, air embolus, within fairly close proximity. I'm not looking at baby B for the moment. Oh, because it didn't die. Attempted murder. Oh, that's why. Okay. So we're looking at A, C and D, all apparent air. It's always air. I've got the post-mortem results. Well, sort of. A, unascertained, post-mortem, and I don't know why it doesn't give it for A. But what was the other one I'm looking at? C and D. C, the post-mortem said quite a lot of things, but not air. Widespread hypoxic ischemic damage to the heart, myocardium, immaturity of the lung, severe maternal vascular underperfusion. And D, pneumonia with acute lung injury. But apparently Lucy murdered it. So I've got here an email from Dr. Stephen Breary. Now this is a very early email, 22nd of June 2015. So before any sort of it must have been before they targeted Lucy. I'll just read it out. Hi Ravi. So from Brewery to Ravi, a couple of people CC'd. Ori, death on NNU. So I think there were those three deaths, first three deaths. Hi Ravi, just to confirm that I've met with Ari and Powell and reviewed the case notes of child D who died in the early hours of this morning. We've also discussed whether there are any other issues to address in view of the two other recent sudden deaths on the neonatal unit. Yeah. In regard to the three deaths, all deaths occurred in room 1, our intensive care room, but in different cot spaces. All microbiology results have been negative to date. Initial post-mortem results for child A did not identify any definite cause of death, although redacted. The other two post-mortems are in process. Child D was not on TPN, so I don't know what that means, and died at less than redacted of age, so nosocomial infection is very unlikely. There does not seem to be any staff, medical or nursing members present at all three episodes, other than one nurse who was not the nurse responsible for child D on that shift. I'll presume that was Lucy, but it's not even worth mentioning her name. With regard to child D care, it appears the neonatal GBS sepsis I don't actually know what GBS means. Sepsis following prolonged rupture of membranes is the most likely cause of death. Child D was born 1601 June after prom of about 36 hours at 37 weeks gestation. Although her initial APGARs were 8 and 9 at 1 and 5 min. She was pale and floppy in Dad's arms at 12 mins of age and required inflation breaths. Grunting persisted, and she was brought to neonatal unit at about 3 to 4 hours of age. Initial saturations were 48% in air, with temp instability and poor respiratory effect. She received IV antibiotics, an IV fluid bolus, and nasal CPAP. Blood gas showed a mixed respiratory and metabolic acidosis, expialidosis, pH 7.1, blood sugar of 4.2 bilirubin was 92, consistent with early infection. She was still tachynoic, I don't know, had a high oxygen requirement at 21:45, so was intubated and went on to mechanical ventilation. Capnography, I don't know, was used and showed CO2 throughout. Curasurf, is that surfactant? Lung surfactant? I don't know. It was given at 2300. 21st of June, redacted of life. Child D was extubated at 9 a.m. successfully, but received a further fluid bolus at 11 due to raised lactate and poor cap refill. UVC and UAC were attempted at 13:25. UAC was low-lying and removed. I'm going to skip a bit. Hold on. No, I'm not. No, baby was too unstable for LP, lumbar puncture, I guess, and thought to be too unstable when trailed off CPAP. Okay, child D only received 4 millilitres of EBM, so any aspiration was unlikely. Sodium was 126, possibly indicating a CNS focus of infection. Cefotaxamine, increased dose of benzyl penicillin were given. 22nd of June, child D became mottled at 1:40 and subsequently arrested. Subsequent resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful, but record of resuscitation efforts are well recorded and seem appropriate. Here we go. In summary, child D is most likely to have suffered from early neonatal sepsis, which she showed signs of from 12 minutes of age, and she continued to be unstable on neonatal unit despite IV antibiotics, although there are some minor practice points that would be appropriate to discuss at perinatal meetings, such as time taken before she was admitted to neonatal unit. It seems unlikely that these would have changed the final outcome. I think he's hinting at it obviously should have been admitted to the neonatal unit sooner. I don't know. It would be helpful to know if there was any microbiology evidence from the mother or baby, and we are waiting the post-mortem report. I'd be very surprised if child D death is linked in any way to the previous recent deaths of child A and child C. We have agreed an action plan. However, I will review child A and C case notes in detail this week. I will review child A preliminary PM report, which I have not seen yet. Yada yada yada. But the takeaway bit was, in summary, most likely to have suffered from early neonatal sepsis, which it showed signs from 12 minutes of age. But no, these were very, very stable, very stable babies, and must have died from air embolus. I've got to say, I've seen something else. On when I was Thirlwalling, some of these, was it Baby K? Surely she didn't get indicted for Baby K. LMNOP. Oh, was that the one? Was Baby K the one she got in? It's not on the list of indictments. Okay. That's all right. Where was it? But yeah, some of these gestation periods. One of them, yeah, there it was. It was Baby K. 25 weeks old it was. That's crazy. And then they're saying the mode of attack was deliberate dislodgement of. I mean, my God, you could. How you could ever, causing collapse, not death. I mean, how you could accuse someone of harming a 25-week-old baby with all of these, what the post-mortem said, extreme prematurity, severe respiratory distress syndrome. Oh, they didn't even bother giving it a post-mortem because, it was so premature. I'm just to put it in context, you can legally have an abortion, I think, at 24 weeks. So, but yeah, I mean to say that was a mode of attack on something, on a baby so premature. Very interesting. But yeah, it was obviously air embolus for. It was obviously Lucy doing an air embolus, even though no one was ever, even though they pretty much, the doctors were happy with the cause of death. That is all.